Hey, my name's shawnshawn. I sell art on shawnshawn.co. Today we're going to react to Mariet Boer. So Mariet has a channel called Made For You Art on YouTube. This is a little bit too generic. Every artist kind of does commission, so it doesn't really say much like who it is specifically. She does have a face of her with her art, so that's very distinctive. So that's very good. But you definitely want to have a more distinctive art channel, say, Mariet Art or Mariet Boer Art, something like that. Her website also has Made For You Art, which again, it's too generic of a title. There's millions of artists, they all do Made For You Art, so that doesn't distinguish you from other artists, unfortunately. So at the top she has a banner of one of her snippets of her artwork, so you know it's a painter. She could have a picture of herself also on the banner, but it's kind of, she's distinguished below with a picture of herself. She is kind of like a very neutral, I would do it better with a smile. It just sells better to a new audience. If you're a known audience, you don't have to impress your clients per se, but 90% of your viewers are going to be brand new. And if they don't kind of like you right off the bat and you're like, it's not going to sell as well as a smile is going to sell. Top, she has one of her paintings, abstract acrylic painting number 20 Dream. So that's great. It shows, you get right into her viewer if you come brand new to the channel. She has popular videos, which I really like. This is exactly what you want at the very top. It's going to really help spread the message of your channel. If someone starts with the first video, they're going to go to the next video and start to binge watch, and you're going to have higher viewership, more subscribers, more views. So it's just the best way to present it. Next, she has shorts. That's it. She has 145 videos, so you might want to kind of split those videos up into more playlists than just two. It's good to have shorts on there. It's good to have popular videos, but you might want to have a little more like abstract painting, how-to tutorials, maybe a vlog video. I'm not sure all her videos, but you could split that up a little more probably because you have 145 videos, so you could probably have 3 playlists, maybe 4 playlists. Let's go to the first video. This one is called Abstract Acrylic Painting number 22, the process of making art. So I would take out the number 22. It's meaningless to the viewer. They might comment in as number 22, it might be number 1. They're not going to necessarily care. You care, but it's nice for you to know which painting that is, but it's not going to make a difference for the viewer. And it also kind of dates it, because if it's number 1 and they're like, oh, where's the first one? Where's the latest one? You don't really care. You just want them to get to the most popular video per se. So this is shot kind of Instagram style or TikTok style, straight up and down. YouTube short, so it's not really horizontal. There was a delay in the music as well. She's done a speed process to make it speed up. Let's see how long is this? 15. I'm gonna skip a little ahead, guys. So she's just kind of layering, creating that kind of mood in the painting. Pretty typical with abstract art, layer it this way. She's dressed nicely for the occasion too, but if you had a voiceover, add a little bit more to what's going on in the video. I'm gonna skip ahead a little more. So she's drawn some line work in there. She's kind of adding shape in there, which is kind of cool. My brush, I actually let paint dry on the easel or on the tool, so it gives you a little more texture later. Let's go ahead a little more, guys. So look, she added some more elements in there, kind of playing with the color. The colors are pretty neutral, kind of earthy. A variety of tools to kind of put things together. Let's scroll ahead a little more, guys. I do a very similar style, but I'm not really fully digging this painting, but some viewers are going to have different take on every style of painting. I usually kind of limit my style, while she's using like a whole bunch of different elements combined under her abstract style. Like this is really cool, using a paintbrush with the custom branch, so it feels completely organic. There's no It's almost like accidental painting. Let's skip ahead a little more, guys. Some more layering. So if you had gloss, you'd get cooler effects, I think. Scroll to the very end here. So I like his style and everything. What I would do is have like a voiceover under this, or right at the beginning say, hey, by the way, my name's Mariet Boer. I do abstract painting, blah, blah, blah. And then kick off the abstract painting. I think that would make it for a stronger video. You could obviously redo this video that way. Just add the voiceover and talk about it. Some artists don't like to do that. They like to remain a little more anonymous. This next painting is called Abstract Acrylic Painting, number 33, Color Pop. Again, I would drop the number 33. It doesn't add anything sale-wise. There she's got a little wiser, put the plastic in the background. She probably got splatter all over the wall before. They're like, oh crap, that didn't work out. I've done that myself as far as put a plastic, so this is really a smart way to paint. And she's built the same easel right on the wall, which is a lot easier way to paint, I think. So that's a smarter setup. Let's skip a little more here. Really, really bold colors here. Like primaries. It's interesting too, these colors are more vibrant for the area she paints in, which the Netherlands would be kind of gloomy weather, kind of a lot of impact on the art looking kind of gloomy, so you guys still have that a little bit with the black in the dark, so kind of like your environment always influences the way you paint usually. Which is why it's so important to kind of change up where you're painting at. It really has a big impact on your art sometimes. Let's scroll ahead a little more, guys. It's got these kind of organic elements. It keeps adding back and forth. I'm going to scroll ahead a little more, guys. Just adding more drips. Has a very organic feel to it, just very loose, and just adding some paint, blending with it. I'm not sure all these colors kind of come together. Wouldn't be my choice of kind of color blending, but I've done paintings like this where it's just kind of all different wild colors all over the place. So it just depends. Some people like that, some people don't. Paint what you feels right to you, obviously. Let's scroll a little more. It has a really nice rough feel to it, though. I'll give her that. Colorful flower elements. I'm going to scroll to the end here, guys. So she's done kind of a zoom effect, which is a smarter way to end the video. You get in detail what the painting's about, what it looks like. So that's that video. I really like the music in it. She has added music elements, so she's kind of building up these video quality. I like some of these colors, but it just feels a little bit like disconnected a little bit to me as an artist, but to each his own, who knows? It really just depends if the buyer likes it. The next painting is called Abstract Acrylic Painting number 31, Breakthrough Trying Out New Materials.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And here you see the materials I used making this video.
So this is what I was talking about before. You add a voiceover, it just makes the video, just adds that much more.
I will show you up close which materials I used. Some of the paint. I used Amsterdam acrylic.
Good quality.
Titanium white. I used Lucas Krill Studio.
Don't know this one.
Hell Grau, light gray.
It's from Europe, so.
And this is acrylic colors from Sustrained Grains.
So that's good. She's kind of walking through. Let's go a little farther ahead, guys.
Chair. So I used a little bit and I tore it apart and I used it on my painting. I used charcoal. The
very black and white kind of.
For mark making.
These are Dutch brands. I don't know them.
To set the charcoal.
But it's nice. She's kind of talking through the materials and what she's using. It's really cool.
Spray is a fixative.
Let's go a little farther ahead, guys. She's got nice clothing on, so it kind of builds, you know. The dressing up for the camera is really smart, I think. You want to have that artistic look, so she's kind of has that. She had a nice neutral background, kind of moody gray, which is really cool, I think. The painting to me is coming much more together now with the grays. We'll see how it goes from here, but right away it's just more, it just comes together better. Using those colors that are much closer in value and things. The last one was really, really vibrant. I want to skip ahead a little more, guys. So she's adding a lot of white, kind of cutting it back. I kind of like that really gray look, so I don't know if I like the bold white just on top. Kind of blending them together. I like her hair too. It's very, it looks like a hair artist's hair, the way her hair is just kind of like all over. That's how my hair looks when it gets very long. Just all over the place. I haven't done that in a long time though. Has some layering, that's really nice. Let's scroll ahead a little more, guys. So now she's adding kind of those paper elements. I really think that's kind of coming to better more as a painting. Again, all these colors are very complementary and they play with each other, so it doesn't, it's not distracting at all. It definitely would work. If you had a very black and white house scheme or everything's black and white, this would be like very appealing to that type of buyer. So from the buyer's perspective, it's really smart, I think, to paint just this really subtle color combinations. Let's skip a little bit farther ahead. So it's really nice. She's creating these really neutral areas that are very brushed out, very opaque and kind of in a gaseous form. It's very, very smart because you want to have that tension between the middle and then it's very soft in the end. It's a very, very nice balance. So that's a really smart way to go. The last painting didn't have that much balance, I would say. This has better balance, I would say. Just from that tension of the softness and the harshness, it's much better in this painting, I would say. I'm going to scroll further ahead here, guys. So she has little tiny elements that kind of contrast the big body, which is smart, I think. I think she's changed her shirt, so it's the next day probably. She's let everything dry and kind of settle. Which sometimes you need a day between different paintings. It's nice if you can just use the same shirt. You'll feel icky, but it looks better on film. Because then you kind of fool people like, I did it all one day, right? That doesn't really matter, but it makes it more consistent in the video. Let me scroll to the final part here. I'm not keen on the aluminum foil, but it definitely has, everything kind of comes together color-wise. It's really nice, I would say. Just very subtle, playing back forward to grays and charcoals and brown, Just a tiny bit of color, like it's a slight, very off purple, I would say. It's a pretty good painting, I would say. And I like she's kind of scrolling all over the place to see what the painting looks like. Now we'll go to her website. So the website's madeforyou.nl. Again, I would just call it Mariet Boer Art. Probably is the best name, .com or .nl if you want. She's obviously selling to the Dutch market. I would open this much broader to have a little flag at the top, switch to English, switch to French, switch to German, because Netherlands is very small. So if you can span to French, German, English from UK, you probably don't ship to America yet, but you want to kind of have those right off the bat. I think that would be smarter. This picture for this painting looks blurry to me a little bit. I don't know if it's just not shot in there, or they kind of dulled it down, but it doesn't look sharp. So I wouldn't use a non-sharp photo in there. You can definitely keep it not high pixelated. She has kind of explanation about her, your YouTube channel, and then she's talking about Mariet. She has one of her, this painting, another painting. So she has two paintings here. How to contact me. She has a contact form. This is her events page, activity agenda, but unfortunately it's kind of like squashed. So you don't want to have that happen at all. I would just reduce the font probably to make that fit. Miss Children, I'm not sure exactly what Miss Children, I'm sure that's My Works maybe. So artwork is probably better. Selling mostly in Holland, that's going to be a different thing. But I would expand that to France, Germany, Great Britain, because you can definitely sell into those markets. I don't think it'd cost that much more, especially within the Schengen area, France, Luxembourg, Spain, France, all those regions. I would have a different, just get a simple translation. It's going to be like 100 euros a pop. Get it translated and just have those different pages to go through the page where they have the website in Spanish and German and English. You're just going to increase your sales base, and if you're selling more, then you can increase your prices. So she kind of has the same issue I do with my style, is that it's kind of like a little bit all over the place. It's not consistent, so that makes it a challenge for the buyer. But yeah, let me just click one of these, see what pops up here. So this doesn't open, so that's kind of an issue. You want those to open up, be distinct. She has a contact. So again, I probably put the prices in here somewhere, or maybe she's selling through galleries. So some people do that. They don't show. If you're going through galleries, you want to have your CV on there too. So you have CV, like where you showed and all that stuff. If you're selling direct to customers, you want to have prices. So I'm not sure if she's selling to galleries or selling to clients. It's just kind of annoying if you're a client to have to say, hey, what's your price? Some people don't want that. They just want to know if it's in their price range or not right off the bat. So if they know it's 500 euros or 2,000 euros or whatever the price range is, they're gonna be like, oh, that's what I can afford, or oh, that's not what I was thinking of. Let me go for a different price range. So that would help. Also, adding sizes on each one of these works would help a lot. Again, if that popped open to its own webpage, said this is the art, title, artwork, name, size, medium acrylic, little story if this is a story, and then the price. I think that would be a much stronger. And you could have three. You get the main image, what she has. You would have it on a wall, so see what that looks like, and then maybe some detail shots. So those three paintings, on my website, I do a painting by itself, like what she's done, and then I would do 2 or 3 on the wall with different wall colors that match the painting. So you can kind of see like, oh, I have a dark wall. Does it look good on a dark wall? Yeah, it looks good on a dark wall. Oh, I have a blue wall. Oh, it looks good on a blue wall. Oh, I have a rose wall. It looks good on a rose wall. So if you have those different wall colors that match the painting, it's going to look really cool. So it's a very simple website. I would just do maybe a page on the YouTube channel, and you can embed those videos onto her website as well. But yeah, that's Mariet Boer. Hopefully you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, you can subscribe below. And I'll see you on the next Artist React video. See you guys.